Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about conjunctive adverbs. Well, let's talk about what are conjunctive adverbs. First of all, let's take the first word conjunctive, like conjunction. This adverb functions like a conjunction, clear? Because conjunctions are words they connect or they link. So that's why these conjunctive adverbs they are also used to link. Uh, that's why we also call it connecting adverbs or linking adverbs. Conjunctive adverbs, we can also call it linking adverbs or connecting adverbs. Uh, and they are specific type of conjunctions, clear? And they are used to connect words, phrases, or clauses, clear? Conjunctive adverbs are specially or specifically used to connect two independent clauses. Conjunction is, you know, clear that they are used to connect words, phrases, but conjunctive adverbs are used to connect what? To connect two independent clauses. If you do not understand about class and its types, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can watch video on that of clauses, what are dependent clauses and what are independent clauses, clear? So we can say that conjunctive adverbs are used to connect two clauses. And what type of clauses? Two independent clauses. Independent clauses, or you can call it main clauses. They are clauses, they can stand alone. They can stand or they can give you complete meaning without the help of dependent clause. Clear? Dependent clause cannot give us meaning without independent, but dependent can also give us meaning without dependent one. Clear? So independent clauses, also called main clause, contains what? Subject and predicate. And it expresses a full thought. Full thought means full meaning. In other words, it can stand alone on its own, and it can make what? A sense and complete, clear, simple sentence. For example, let's take example over here, then you can understand a better way. Suppose what I have written here, the first, this one sentence, one simple sentence, and then we have got two, like the next one, there are two sentences, clear? Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play. Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play. He had not enjoyed the play, one class or one simple sentence we can say, or one main class. Main class, or we can say independent class, also function as a sentence. So we can say this is one simple sentence. And if you take the next one, he didn't recommend clear aid to his friends. This is another class. So how many classes do we have? This is one class. This is class number one. This is called main class, clear? Or we can call it independent class. Independent class. And if you take the second one, again, we have class, and again, we call it independent class. So as I said earlier, that conjunctives, clear, or conjunctive adverbs are used to connect two main clauses or to connect two independent clauses. So how many clauses do I have now? One is this one, clear, and the second one we have this one. So there are two independent clauses. Now we want to put, or we want to connect both of them. That's why these adverbs are also called, we call them what? We can also call them linking adverbs, clear? Or we can call them connecting adverbs. Next name you can call it, clear? Linking adverbs or connecting adverbs. These conjunctives are very important in your writing skill, because these conjunctives are used to construct complex sentences. If you want to improve your writing skill, clear? So these adverbs or conjunctive adverbs are very important over there. Now let's take this example to connect both of them together. For example, look, Ayan, look this one, the first one, Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play, clear? So I have taken this one. This is the first one, clear, I have taken, and I have written the same thing down. Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play. He didn't, can you see the second one? He didn't recommend it to his friend. So now, he didn't like the play. So that's why, clear, or therefore, we want to give reason. What do we want to give? We want to give reason here. What was the reason that he didn't recommend it to his friend? Because he didn't enjoy. So that's why, can you see here, I have used here what? Therefore. So now this therefore is what? Therefore is conjunctive, clear, adverb or linking adverb, clear? So I have got the second one, this one. This is the second class, this class, clear? So we have connected two classes together. The word therefore, you can see this is called now what we call it? Conjunctive adverb or linking adverb or connecting adverb. Why? Because it connects two main classes. One is this one, clear? Ayan hadn't enjoyed, and the second one, he didn't recommend. Two main classes we have. So the word therefore is used what? Is a conjunctive adverb in this case. Now, how can we punctuate, clear? I have written here the punctuation, clear, how we can punctuate that of conjunctive adverbs. Now let's take the same example, clear. We use, when we use, clear, two independent clauses with a conjunctive adverb, this adverb, they are traditionally separated with a semicolon, clear? Semicolon, number one, it is acceptable to use a period and keep them as two clear discrete sentences. Let's take example, like, can you see here, the first one, Ayan hadn't enjoyed, clear? Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play. Can you people see here, after this main class, the first main class, we have put what? We have put here semicolon. This is called what? Semicolon, the first thing. We have used semicolon here. Now let's take after semicolon, we have used what? That of conjunctive adverb. And after conjunctive adverb, again we use what? We use comma. This is comma. So this is how we can punctuate. Number one, before conjunctive adverbs, we use semicolon, clear? And after that, we will put what? Comma. This is the correct way. The first one, this is called what? This is correct way of punctuating thereof your conjunctive adverbs. Number second one, Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play. And can you people see here, I have put what? I have put here full stop. I didn't put like semicolon, clear? I put full stop and then I started another sentence. Therefore, he didn't recommend it to his friend. Now, again, this is correct. This one is again correct. Either like there are two ways, clear? These are the two ways that you people can have the sentence. Either the first two sentences, clear? Both of them are what? Both of them are correct. Number one, you can put semicolon, clear? The semicolon, this one, and after this you can put what? You can put comma. Or number two, either you can put like full stop to complete the first main class sentence, and then you can put to start your, after writing down conjunctive adverbs, you can put comma over there. But this will be wrong, the last one. If you put like comma, Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play, this one, and what we have put here, we have put comma. This is incorrect. And then we put conjunctive adverb, and then again we have put what? That of comma. This is incorrect. This is not the correct sentence, clear? This is incorrect. So these are the ways, clear, how you people can punctuate, clear? That is the punctuation. And while you're writing down, as I told you that these adverbs are important in your writing skill, then punctuation is very important for you people, clear? But if you look here, this is one of the points that, let me explain it. If you want to put full stop here, can you see? Then the first letter of therefore, it will be what? It will be capital. Because we have completed the sentence, and the first letter of every sentence is always what? It starts with capital letter. But if you put here semicolon, then you don't need to capitalize the first letter of therefore or any of the conjunctive adverbs. Now, these are some of the common conjunctive adverbs. You people can have a look over it. You can see on your screens there is result. When we use conjunctive adverbs to show what? To show result. Clear? So for result, we use that of conjunctive adverbs. This is a group, clear, of conjunctive adverbs used for what? For that of result. That is accordingly, as a result, consequently, hence, or therefore, or thus. We can also show what? We can show that of comparison. So for comparison, again, we use conjunctive adverbs, and these are conjunctive adverbs, that is comparatively, equally, likewise, and similarly. We can also show contrast in the sentences, and for contrast, we use, again, these conjunctive adverbs. Then we have got adding information. If you want to add additional information, we can use conjunctives like also, besides, and addition. We can add, stronger information. One is adding information, clear, that's mild. But if you want to put strong information, then we will have like these three: furthermore, further, or moreover. Clear? When you want to talk about the unexpected results, so you can use these conjunctives. If you want to emphasize, so for emphasizing, we use these conjunctives. If you want to talk about condition, you can put like this conjunctive again in this case. Now, one by one, we will talk about them. Clear? First, we will talk about the result, how we can use in these all these conjunctives and to show result. Then we will talk about comparison. Then we will talk about contrast. Then we will move towards additional information. Clear? And then we will talk about stronger additional information. Then we will talk about unexpected results. Then we will talk about emphasize. Clear? And then finally we will also again talk about that of conditions. Clear? So let's first of all talk about the number one, that is result. How we use conjunctive adverbs to show what? To show results. So let's talk about them. The first one. Now, this is what we have: results. When the second class is a result, which class is a result? The second class is a result. Clear? Not the first one. Like in this case, this is the second class. When the second class is a result of something that happened in the first class. Which one is first class? This is first class. This is first class, and this is the second. What we want to say? When the second class is a result, clear, of something that happened in the first class, we have few options. We have got some of the options. We can also use accordingly. Number one is a result. We can use therefore. We can say consequently, hence. We can say thus. Clear? But the meaning of the sentence, clear, remains what? Meaning of the sentence remains the same. Let's, for example, let's take example. Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play, and we have put semicolon, hence he didn't recommend it. Hence he didn't recommend it. So it shows what? It shows the result. Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play, therefore he didn't recommend it. Again, it talks about what? It talks about the results. Now, Ayan hadn't enjoyed a play, is a result, he didn't recommend it. Again, the same meaning. Ayan hadn't enjoyed the play, consequently, he didn't recommend it. So now, all these conjunctive adverbs, what we have used, they are used to show what? They are used to show result. And it gives you the same meaning. Clear? So as I said, as I told you earlier, that before conjunctive adverbs, we use what? Semicolon. And after that, we will use what? We will use that of your comma. So this is what we have, like the first thing that conjunctive adverb is show, that is called result. Now the second one. The second one is conjunctive adverbs. They are also used for comparison. If you want to use clear comparison, so for comparison, we will use different conjunctive adverbs. When we state that two things are alike, we can use the conjunctive adverbs clear comparatively and similarly clear both. Either you can use similarly or you can use what? Comparatively. For example, let's take like, look, there are two things, you know, we, for comparison, we will talk two. We are going to discuss two things here. Number one, the number one thing, as I said, when you want to state two things alike, clear, similar. So number one, and then we will talk about the second one, when we state two things are not similar but equal. They're not similar, but what? But equal. We will take two options here. So the first one, for comparison, clear, for comparison, when both of things are alike, are same, we will use what? Number one, that is similarly, this one, and you can also use what? Comparatively, this one. But if two things are not similar but equal, then we will use these two conjunctive adverbs. You can use equally, and you can use that of conjunctive adverbs likewise. Let's take example for the first one. Alaya grew up in Peshawar city. Where did she grew up? She grew up in Peshawar city. Number one, clear, this one. Similarly, her brother grew up in Islamabad, for example. Or you can say in Peshawar. So both are similar, equal, clear? So that's why we have used word similarly. Conjunctive adverb we have used similarly because we're talking about grew up. Alaya grew up in Peshawar, clear? At the same time, her brother grew up in Peshawar. So we can say Alaya grew up in Peshawar city. Similarly, her brother grew up in Peshawar city, clear? So both are same. So then we can use what? Similarly, conjunctive adverb, that is similarly. Number second, Usman always wanted to be famous movie star. Comparatively, can you see? Like similarly, clear, you can say comparatively, his brother wanted to be famous rock star. So both are what we are comparing, clear? And both things are alike, same. But when things are equal, not similar but equal, what we can use likewise, and number two, we can use equally. For example, Alaya grew up in Peshawar. Likewise, her brother was raised in the city, clear? Or likewise, clear, her brother was raised in a village. For example, we say Usman always wanted to be a movie star. Equally, his brother dreamed of, clear, starring in films. So we can use, like, for comparison, that of comparative adverbs in this shape. Next, we want to talk about to know about, you know, contrast. Conjunctive adverbs are also used to talk about contrast. There are two types of contrast that we can illustrate using conjunctive adverbs. The first one is complete contrast, and the second one, clear, when the two opposing things are totally opposite. Number one is what? Contrast. When both things are completely opposite, we call it, clear, complete contrast. The first one, clear. Whenever the two things are totally opposites, when both are totally opposite or completely opposite, we call it what? We call it complete contrast. But the other type, clear, we will talk about, that is weak contrast. This is when two classes are opposing, they are opposite, but are not complete opposite. Clear? We will take example, then you will understand. For this type of contrast, we are limited to use only weaker contrasting. Clear? That's why we use what? Weaker of the contrasting conjunctive adverbs. For total one, for the complete one, complete contrast, we will use the strong, clear contrast. Whereas for the weak one, we will use what? Contrast for the conjunctive adverb of contrast for the weak one. Let's take some of the examples. For example, the first one, Yasser has a black, clear backpack. The first one. In contrast, his brother has a white one. Now, can you people see here? black and white. It's a complete one. So we have used here that of your conjunctive adverb, that is in contrast. I absolutely love singing, for example. On the other hand, my sister hates it. This is one, and this is complete, like, you know, it's a complete contrast. So that's why we have used what? We have used strong one. Why? Because both are completely opposite, totally opposite. Like, for example, I like singing, my brother, he doesn't like. I have black car, my brother has got white car. So both of them are completely opposite to one another. Fida is terrible at match, clear. However, his brother is amazing, clear, in it. So now can you see here, both are completely, however we have used here, because it's used for the strong one. But on the other side, as I said, that if they are weak, clear, they're not that much, it doesn't show that much strong one, then we can use which one? Asim is terrible at match, however, he still likes it. Can you see? However, this is weak. However, he still likes it. But you cannot say Asim is terrible at match. On the other hand, he still likes it. This is incorrect. Why? Because it's completely what? Look, it's not totally opposite. Asim is terrible at match. He likes it. If he hates it, it's totally opposite. He is terrible, but still he likes it. So it shows what? It shows the weak one. So these conjunctives are used to show what about? Like, for example, I would have liked to stay in bed all day. Instead, I got up and went to the park. But you cannot say that I would have liked to stay in bed all day. In contrast, I got up and went to the park. This is incorrect if you use that of in contrast. We can also use it for what? For adding clear information. How we can add up information, let's study about them. For adding information, clear. Sometimes we want to add information of equal value. Information of what? Equal value to the information in the first class. When you want to add up information, clear, of equal value to the information of the first class, in this case, we can also use what? Also, this is, and the second one, you can also use that of an addition. Let's take examples. When you make the dinner, remember that he doesn't like chicken. In addition, can you people see here? In addition, he can't eat shellfish. Now, can you see? An addition we have used because we want to connect, we want to give more information, clear, related to what? The first one, it was chicken, this one, and the second one, shellfish. So in addition, he can't eat. So you have provided information in the first class and this class here, and then you want to provide in another class as well to connect. And we have used what? We have used an addition. Now, the second one, her favorite animals are dogs. This one. Also, she likes cats. Also, she likes what? Cats. But if you look clear, before all these adverbs, what we have used here? Look, this is semicolon, then comma. Semicolon, then comma. And can you see, like, also and in addition, both are used to what? To give more information. When you want to add information, clear, that further explains something, we use besides. We will not use that of in addition or also. If you want to give more information, clear, but that further explains something, we will use what? Beside. Like, let's take example. I heard this movie is terrible. Besides, I hate horror movies. You want to give further information, and it explains what? It explains the first one. Like, I hate what? I hate this type of movie. Besides, I hate horror. Like the movie, it's horror. And it explains, you know, it gives more information up there. That's why we have used what? Besides. Like, for example, Asim passed the test because he is good at English. Besides, look, he passed the test. Why? Because he is good at English. Besides, he studies hard. Like it gives clear. Further, it explains what it explains that he also studies here. So that's why we have used what we have used besides. Now, if you want to give information and that information, that additional information are what they are, strong one. The information you want to give, adding information clear, but these information are strong. Then how we can deal with them and what we can use like conjunctive adverbs here. When the information that you want to add has more value, has more what? More value or is stronger, then the information and the first class, we can use the conjunctive adverbs. Number one, further, furthermore, or moreover. These three we can use. If the information you want to give, it is much more stronger. For example, let's take example. He was fired because he was often late. Number one. He was fired. Why? He was often late. Because he was often late. Number one. Furthermore, you want to give strong information. Further strong information. Furthermore, the quality of his work was poor. Now, can you people see here what we have used here? That is furthermore. This one. This is used for stronger one. Being a doctor is an exhausting job. Can you see? Being a doctor is an moreover, you don't earn good money until you have been practicing for many years. So that's why we have used what? Moreover, and the second one that is furthermore. Clear? This one. They can also be used conjunctive adverbs to express unexpected results. So for unexpected results, we use, conjunctive adverbs. They are nevertheless, nonetheless, surprisingly, or we can use still, these four. For that of unexpected results. When you do not expect the results and it comes unexpectedly, we use that of these adverbs. Like for example, I'm terrible at math. Nonetheless, I passed my exam. So we have used what? Surprisingly, I passed. Like I'm not good at math. My math is quite poor. But clear, surprisingly, but still, I can say still I passed. So now we can say like it was a surprising or unexpected result. We can say, sorry, same meaning, yeah. That car cost far too much money, clear? That car cost far too much money. Nevertheless, Tom bought it. Like it cost a lot, but yet Tom bought it. For example, she has never been to France, clear? She has never been to France. Surprisingly, she speaks what? She speaks fluently French. Or we can say surprisingly, she speaks French fluently. Now, she has never been to France, but yet she can fluently speak French. So this is what we can also use conjunctive adverbs. Conjunctive adverbs are again used for emphasize. When you want to emphasize, when you want to place a special emphasis on the second class, we can use conjunctive adverbs, what? Indeed, in fact, these two, indeed and in fact. When you want to do what? To place, special emphasis on the second class. Like for example, I didn't study as much as I should have. Indeed, can you see? I hardly opened a book. It is used for what? It is used to emphasize the second class. Which one is the second class? This one is the second class, clear? The second clause is this one. We can say he doesn't like swimming very much. In fact, he hates all sports. This one. So these two are used, these conjunctive adverbs are used for emphasis. The last one we have that is used for condition. The conjunctive adverbs otherwise is used to place clear conditions on whether something will occur or not. It mostly clear closely means if not. For example, let's take some of the example we use in this case, that of otherwise. You have to come up with me clear, otherwise I'm not going. Now can you see? Otherwise, it's condition. If you don't want to come with me, so I'm also not going. Otherwise, I also won't go. For example, we have maybe she didn't study very hard, otherwise she would have passed the test. So condition was what? She didn't study, that's why she failed the test. So we can use the conjunctives clear, in this case otherwise, and both of them are used in examples. So it was all about conjunctive adverbs. I hope that you learned a lot of things. Thank you.